All right, guys, how you doing? It's 1878 Casuals out of Los Angeles, California. I'm English, and welcome back. It's been a minute since the Queen's passing and the international break, and some work commitments. Haven't really had a chance to make any videos in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So apologies for you guys who've been kind enough to follow us. Shout out to my new mate Martin, who gave me a little heads up after my History of Manchester United Part 2, where apparently I wasn't clear on a couple of points. So Martin, appreciate that, mate. Appreciate you letting me know, and also letting me know like a gentleman. We'll have a chat about that when I do the final part of the history. But today we're going to be addressing the elephant in the room, Mr. Mason Greenwood. I know the lads have already done a little chat about that, but I'm going to do something a little bit different, possibly a little bit less football, but something that, in my opinion, is needs to be kind of put out there, said, and see what you guys think. Obviously, first of all, Glazers out. We need those Glazers out. So come on, Sir Jim, let's get this done. Right. First of all, regarding domestic abuse, obviously anything that I discuss right now, have a chat about, is not condoning in any way, shape, or form any violence towards either sex, but obviously any guy raising his hand to a woman is, as we say, a bit of a pussy. However, you know, I might wind a few people up with my thoughts right now. But as I said, in no way, shape, or form is condoning anything, and also not taking sides between Mason and his lady. I don't know the guy. I have no information that anybody else doesn't. I'm just going to put some things out there that I think is wrong with pretty much the world in general. Anyway, first things first. Obviously, you know, Mason is supposed to be innocent and till proven guilty. Anybody who believes that is more fool than I am. There's no such thing as innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent, especially if you are charged with a crime that is warrants the attention of the press. If the press get hold of something, whether you're famous, you're not famous, if you are accused of something that the press gets hold of, you're done. I remember a few years ago when I was in England visiting the family, and unfortunately this young lady was murdered by her boyfriend. Was on holiday. He was out of town for the weekend, and there was three flats in the house, and one was rented by another couple, and one was rented by the landlord, the owner of the house, and the couple, the young lady, got murdered. The guy that owned the house, the landlord, was one of those guys who was a little bit strange. He was a school teacher. He was just a bit of a misfit, didn't fit in. You know, one of those guys that when you were a kid at school you poke fun of. The old Bill arrested him. That was it, done. He was locked up for a week, and he was in the press every day. They were going to hang him. He was this, he was that. He was the worst thing since since Jack the Ripper. A week later, it turns out that the Dutch guy who was renting the other apartment with his girlfriend was out of town, and he was the one that killed that girl. But regardless, that teacher, he's done. His life is done. He's in the press every day. So you know, if you're charged with a crime and it's in the press, forget it. You're screwed. Regarding guilty till proven innocent, if you can afford a good lawyer, then you'll get off. I guarantee you, if you have a good lawyer, you'll win, because the system is a joke. All right, the stuff they charge you with, the stuff that comes out, and people are sitting in jail right now with charges that are absolutely ridiculous. No evidence, nothing. It's just a numbers game, money game. But they make it so horrendous for these people, especially their first week, their first month, maybe 6 months when they're in there. And when it does come time to have a public pretender and take a plea deal, they cop it for 2 years instead of doing a 10. And anybody who says to you, "Oh, if you're not guilty, I'd never say I was," you're not saying you're guilty. You're pleading no contest, right? And I guarantee you that if you have to go through what some of these people have to go through for the first month, 6 months, when you're sitting in a county jail or locked up, when you have the option of doing 10 years if you're found guilty, or maybe taking 2 if you plead no contest, you're going to take the 2 every day of the week, mate. All right, so listen, again, I wasn't in that room, neither were you. Only Mason and the old lady were, so really they only know what's going on. I'm going to go with the audio that we all heard right now, which is, as it's taken in the context of they're alleging that it was done during a pretty heinous act that he's been charged with. Pretty disgusting, really, right? What he's saying. But that's where I begin with what I believe is pretty much wrong this day and age with society, with us, as football fans in general, us as people who watch movies, watch TV, even watch YouTube. Mason Greenwood, fantastic talent. I mean, what a guy can do with the football is incredible. I mean, I wish I had, half of that in my dreams. But with such things as that talent comes great responsibility, and great pressure, and headaches that I can't even imagine what they must be like. Especially this day and age with social media and everything being done immediately. And let's face it, kids will be kids. We all make mistakes when we're young. I'm still making mistakes in my 50s. Right, we've all been guilty as men of being a plonker over some bird, and girls vice versa. Right, unfortunately, these guys, the football players, in the press, and whatever they do or don't do, is going to get put out there for everyone to judge. So, my question is, where's society? Where's the parents? Where are the role models? Where are the mates? Not alleging anything about Mason's dad. Don't know the man. Don't know anything about Mason's upbringing. All I'm saying is that, you need to be taken in hand by a strong character, by a father figure, a role model, a Fergie, whatever it is, when you have this kind of pressure, this kind of responsibility on you. Because Mason becomes a hero when he's 15, 16 years old, to 13-year-old kids, 4-year-old kids, 5-year-old kids, to 50-year-old men, right? When he starts banging goals in. So, that pressure is unbelievable. But with that pressure, I believe, becomes the issue of the talent agents, the scouts, the football players, the me's, the youths, everyone that's kissing this guy's ass, telling him how fantastic he was, and he starts to get everything he wants. Everything is given to him. Everything is catered to him. Anything he can imagine or not imagine, his wildest dreams and more, just handed to him on a plate. And of course, he's going to start thinking like, I'm Mason Greenwood, I get whatever I want. Who wouldn't? It's understandable, I guess. But we, as a society, need to start taking a long, hard look at that and go, well, wait a minute, who's the hero here? Yeah, the guy, Ollie, right, bangs it in the last second. Of course he's our hero. But who's more important, Ollie or a school teacher that raises your kids, teaches us the future, right? How to be decent human beings. I mean, with all respect, guys, the world's pretty fucked up, right? I don't care, you're talking black, white, male, female, gay, straight, all of us, man, as in general, what we do to other men is just bullshit, right? Since the beginning of time. All right, it may be different times in history, different decades where this is worse and so and so and so and so. One of my best mates is Danish. What the Danes and the Vikings did to England 600, 700 years ago. All right, but point is man is just a beast to other men, and it's when are we going to wake up and start looking at each other and just sorting ourselves out, taking care of each other. Right, Mason needs to have someone that looked after him, explain to him, the pressure he's under, the responsibility he has. Look at Beckham. I remember listening to David talking about his father, about how strict his dad was, all right, but how much stricter Fergie was. Now, this is not a situation like Cantona where he slapped some idiot supporter, right, where the team stands by him. It's a much bigger picture, much more intense. And unfortunately, no matter what, he's not going to walk away. He shouldn't walk away from it as a Manchester United player. United is now much more of a family-orientated club, as all of football, and you can't afford that kind of negative publicity. I think it's very sad, that the society is going that way. I mean, he as a man, you should be a man, and be allowed to be a man. And I'm not talking about giving a bird a slap. I'm talking about just being a man. And a woman should be a woman, all right? I have no issue with my lady making more money than me, less money than me, better job than me, whatever. But she's my queen, right? And because of my queen, I can be the man that I am because she supports me and she makes me stronger. It's not about being, I run the house, we do it together. But men and women are different, right? It's that simple. Guys, every single one of you that puts your hand up to a woman, you're a scumbag, first of all. And second of all, you are the reason that guys out there who are accused or charged with something they didn't do are getting looked at, right? And they're already considered guilty because the cops will look at them because the women's rights, women's lib, right? And women out there, the ones who do suffer domestic abuse, etc. I wish you all the help you can possibly get and put the fuckers away. But those of you out there that make false charges and try and get your own back on some guy because he did a dirty on you, you're the ones that ruin it for the legitimate victims out there. Okay, if you guys have issue with each other, if you're breaking up, well, just get it done, break up. If you've got kids, raise the kids. You can hate each other all for the rest of your lives, But the kid's got nothing to do with it. Raise your kid, because if you hate each other in front of the kid, you're just going to raise a dysfunctional member of society. And I'm pretty sure that when you had that child, that wasn't what you had in mind. So anyway, my point being, right, is that we have to start addressing the youth of this world, right, and guiding them better, showing them better, whether they're talented, whether they're not, whether they need help, they need a leg up, they need a boost up, showing them that what's important. Obviously, we've all made mistakes. I made plenty, and again, like I said, I still am. But as you go through life, right, hopefully those mistakes you learn from. And I'll never forget my old man, right, and I'm blessed, right. I'll put it right out there. I'm not unfortunate, right. I didn't come from, you know, a underprivileged background or everything. I went to a good school, nice home. I had parents that put up with me, loved me, and never gave up on me, which is saying something, because I was a little bastard for a while there. But my old man, never ever forget, when he looked at me, he says, "My job ain't to be your friend, it's to be your father." And that's it. You can't be mates with our kids until we get a bit older, right? We have a responsibility. Yeah, you've got to be tough. You've got to raise them. You've got to do the nasty. You've got to do the stuff that's unpopular, because that's when you teach them where the line is. And you know, I look around the world these days, and it's gone to pot. I mean, really, a manhole cover, is that really taken away from a lady's rights to do whatever because it's called a manhole cover? I mean, personally, I'm much more interested in what's under the ladies' hole cover. But anyway, that's just me. Right, so that's my point. If I get a little long-winded there, I apologise. But I think that we need to really address the real situation these days. And Mason, God bless you, mate. Sorry, I really hope you didn't do what you're accused of. I really do. If you did, I hope somewhere you're going to be able to find forgiveness, find some peace, get yourself sorted out and learn from it. The young lady, I really hope you didn't go through what Mason's been accused of. And I said, if you did, I hope you're able to heal, get over it, get through it. I really do. Vice versa, if you didn't do it, and this is because you want to get one back or whatever. Bit naughty, sweetheart, but as I said, I wasn't in that room, so I don't know. I'm just trying to come at it from all aspects and address what I see as bigger issues out there for all of us. So I hope everyone can get on with it. Mason, again, I wish you the best wherever you're going to go, but Manchester United, unfortunately, this day and age, as a family club, it has to move on. I think it has to be shown to take a stand. You can have a bunch of guys from every colour, creed, sexuality playing on that team who have never said a cross word to one another, but you have to have a stand against the things out there that are negative, unfortunately. So on that note, Newcastle, Jesus, something's got to be done about these referees, eh? Again, I was raised that the referee's decision is his decision, and unfortunately I believe that's where it should go on the day. But these guys, they've got to be evaluated or something, man. VAR, they need to be independent completely from these refs, because refs not going. If he's made a bad call, he's not going to turn around, look at the TV, and go, "Oh yeah, I made a bad call." No, he's not, because it's natural, it's an ego. But I think these guys, they need to be evaluated once a month, once after each game, something, because it's a joke. Those at least one penalty and free kick were just blatant. And as I said, on the day, you win some, you lose some, but these guys have to be accountable for this. So Wednesday is Tottenham, I believe, and you know what we think about Tottenham, don't you? Shit. And what do we think about shit? Tottenham. Anyway, God bless, guys. Talk to you soon with the third and final part of the Manchester United history. And this is 1878 Casuals, brought to you by Terrace Cole and Mumu Mia Ice Cream, the best ice cream in Los Angeles. We're out.